Since then, she never looked back, and since then, her progress was going higher and higher, and she goes on a tour to United Kingdom with the Youth Orchestra. Orchestra is a group of musicians. So since then she started to perform, she learned also how to play different musical instruments, and in fact by the time she was 16 she decided that she would make music her life. So some different incidents of her life are shared here. She has gone on a tour to United Kingdom with a group of musicians. This means she would perform in group, and by the age she was 16 years she decided that no matter what, she's going to make a name for herself in the field of music only, and that's the reason she has given an audition for the Royal Academy of Music, which is a very famous and well-renowned academy. She decided that she would get admission in this academy, and then she would master her skills even better, and she would study music from there. So she gives an audition, and surprisingly she performs. She comes under the category of one of the best performers there. It's mentioned that she has scored one of the highest marks in the history of the academy. So her performance when she appeared for the audition there was marvelous. She in fact created a history there. And then slowly she moves from orchestral work to solo performances. So she started to work in group, as in she would go for group performances on stage. But slowly she started to give single solo performances too. She would herself go on the stage all alone and she would perform there. And finally she did a 3-year course from this academy. It's mentioned here that she has done a 3-year course, and in this journey of 3 years she has actually captured most of the top awards. So you understand, when she was learning music from this academy, that time also she was performing so well that she has received a lot of top awards. And then when anybody would appreciate her, she would not at all feel proud, or she would not boast of her achievement at all. She is extremely down to earth. She would never behave in a manner that as if she had done something heroic. It's mentioned here, Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. She would never behave her success, or she would never boast her success, and she would never behave in a manner as if she had done something really great. She would always stay calm and down to earth. And she mentions, if you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. So this was a statement that was given by her. She mentions that if you are working hard in the direction, in the correct direction, in the appropriate direction, if you are putting in your efforts, then you will definitely succeed. So she wished to mention here that she knew music is her life, and she worked hard in that direction, and that's the reason of her success. She got right to the top, the world's most sought after multi-percussionist with the mastery of some thousands instruments and hectic international schedule. You understand, there was a time that she has come up to such a position that she was the most demanded multi-percussionist. Most sought means most popular and in demand. She is extremely in demand, and she has got mastery of around thousands of different musical instruments, and her schedule would always be very tight and packed because she would keep on performing at one or the other places, and that too international performances. So you understand, she was now reaching to the level where she was becoming so famous, and she was creating or paving a success story for herself. Then it's also mentioned that somehow when you see her performance, it seems she's so pro, she's so natural, and it seems that she's not putting in any extra effort. It comes out of her body naturally. She is so natural when it comes to the performance. It's mentioned here that it's very fascinating. The meaning is given here. It's very curious and fascinating to watch Evelyn perform because she does it without any efforts. It doesn't seem at all that she has to put in a lot of efforts to give a performance. She's all very calm and natural. So you understand, this means she would enjoy her work so much, she would enjoy music so much that it seems that it's naturally coming from her. And then in a 2-hour discussion, what was this 2-hour discussion all about? This is the interview which the writer took of Evelyn Glennie. And the writer mentions here that in the 2-hour discussion, she never missed a word. Despite being deaf, she could understand everything what was asked from her. That's a great quality. You understand, she has mastered herself so well that despite being deaf, she couldn't miss even a single word which was asked from her. She was such a pro in understanding the lip sync also. She would read and understand the lip sync of the other person. That would help her out a lot in understanding that what is being said to her. Then Evelyn mentions in her interview that men with bushy beards give me trouble, and then she starts to laugh. So she mentions that people, specifically the male members who have got bushy beards, who have got somehow bushy beards, it's a trouble for her because she couldn't understand clearly that what is being said to her. And what's the reason? That is also mentioned. She says it's not just watching the lips, it's the whole face, especially the eyes. This is the secret. How would she read what is being said to her? She would notice your lip sync, and she would notice the expression in your eyes, and she would understand it. She would relate it, and she would understand it that what is being said to her. So she says that men with bushy beards give her trouble, and it's not only the lips, she has to understand the expression of eyes too. And the writer mentions that she speaks flawlessly. And she has got that accent, Scottish accent. The meaning of this is given here. She has got that Scottish accent, and she's such a pro in speaking. Now, despite being deaf, she knew how to converse well. She was speaking in such a flow that the author was mesmerized. And she gives even the reason for the same. She mentions that her speech is clear because she could listen up to the age of 11 years. Her impairment was gradual. She became deaf gradually. So up to the age of 11, she was able to listen. So that is why her speak is so flawless. She gives the reason, but that certainly just doesn't justify for her mastery in Japanese language and French language. So you understand, although she has given a reason for her flawless speech that she could listen till the age of 11, but after that she did mastery, she learned French and basic Japanese. How? Because of sheer determination. So with this we get to know that she must be very determined, and once if she has decided that she would do this thing, she would definitely put in all her hard work to achieve that particular target. And that is how, despite being deaf, she could learn French, she could learn how to speak French and how to master basic Japanese. Moving ahead, she further mentions that music pours in through every part of my body. It tingles in my skin, my cheekbones, and even in my hair. So you understand, with different parts of her body, she feels the vibration of the music. She mentions that she senses music through different body parts. It somehow, she can feel it through her skin, she can feel it through her cheekbones. In fact, in her hair also, she feels the different vibrations of the music. Such was the sense of feeling for her. And then she mentions that whenever she would play xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. This is how you play xylophone. So with this sticks, she would somehow feel this sense, like she would have this sense of feeling of the different vibrations through her fingertips, because this is how you hold the stick, and through her fingertips, she would feel the vibration of the music. Such intense sense of feeling she had. And she also mentions that whenever she would play drum, what she would do, she would just lean against the drum so that she could feel the different vibrations of the sound that's coming from the drum. Resonance means echo of sound. So whenever she would play drum, she would just lean against it. She would just get closer to the drum in order to feel the vibrations through her body. So you understand, she got such a master in music just because she has got such an awesome sense of feeling. And then she mentions that whenever she would perform on a wooden platform, what would she do? She would never wear her shoes. She would stay bare feet. She would not wear any footwears, so that through the wooden platform, she could sense the vibration of music flowing in her body. So this way, she would feel the music through different parts of her body. So it's not a surprise that she gives pleasure to her audience, and when you perform so well, of course, the rewards are enormous too. And in the year 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. This is an amazing reward she was bestowed with. That is Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist. That means for her solo performance, she was given this prize. And in her appreciation, the master percussionist James Blades says something really important. I repeat, in her appreciation, master percussionist James Blades says something really important, and that is, God may have taken her hearing, but he has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us, and that is why she expresses music so beautifully. So if you remember, when we started with the story, I did tell you that there is something we need to discuss in the section before you read. So in the section before you read, these lines are mentioned, and these lines are mentioned by, these lines are said by master percussionist James Blades, and he mentions that no matter she is not able to listen, but she can feel music. Then most of us, she can feel music better than most of us. She has got this sense of feeling so strong that she could behave like a normal percussionist only. And God has given her something extraordinary, that is the sense of feeling, and that is why she expresses music so beautifully that it is appreciated by a lot of people. So these lines were said by James Blades. Then Evelyn confesses something, that she's a workaholic. Who are workaholics? People who like to work so much. Now we can relate it with our mothers. Our mothers, they always, like most of the mothers, they always have this habit of doing one or the other work. They would not sit idly, they would not sit relaxed, they would somehow take out work to do. So a person who doesn't sit idly, who always engages himself in doing one or the other work, is a workaholic person. And she mentions that she is a workaholic, and she just feels like that she needs to work. She enjoys working. She likes working so much that she would keep busy all the time. And she also mentions that she has to work harder than classical musicians. And what's the reason? Because unlike other people, she couldn't listen. So she had to put in more efforts in order to make her sound so well. In order to perform well, she has to put in more work, she has to put in more efforts than other musicians. That's because of her disability. But then she also mentions that whatever it is, the rewards are enormous. This means if you're putting in a lot of hard work in something, if you're putting in a lot of hard work in something, of course you will be rewarded with something great, you will be given with something great, the results would truly be beneficial, and you would definitely get success in that particular field. And from regular concerts, like she would perform regularly in concerts, but apart from that, she would do an act of charity too. She would perform noble deed too. How? She would give free concerts in prisons and hospitals. So you understand, she is very thoughtful and considerate, and she would perform free of cost in prisons and hospitals. At the same time, it's also mentioned that she gives priority to young musicians. She has got this special great importance for teaching young musicians, and she would put in a lot of efforts to teach them. She puts them on priority. Anne Richlin of the Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children says, now Anne Richlin is a person who's associated with the fundraiser, okay, and she mentions she is a shining inspiration for deaf children. They see that there is nowhere they cannot go. So you understand, for the deaf children, she serves as an inspiration. In fact, she serves as an inspiration for all of us too. She has put in so much effort and she's so determined, she's so hardworking that she has created a success story for herself. But especially for the deaf children, she serves as a very important inspiration because after looking at her, they realize that in fact, if she could do it, why not them? And this deafness, this disability should not come in the way as a hindrance in the path of success. Because if Evelyn can do it, they can do it too. Evelyn Glennie has already accomplished more than most people twice her age. Such is her success story. She is so successful that she has got so many achievements in her name, so many achievements that could be like more than people who have achieved twice of her age. And it's also mentioned that she is the one who has somehow highlighted some musical instruments which were always kept at the back or which were always kept behind when it comes to orchestral performance. There is this orchestra performance and there are so many instruments which would always find place in the back part only and they would not be highlighted. But when it comes to Evelyn, she has brought those percussion, those musical instruments to the front by performing or by playing them so well. It's mentioned that and demonstrated that it can be very moving. She has given inspiration to those who are handicapped, indeed true, because she herself has got a disability and despite that disability, she overcome that thing, she was determined and she somehow created a name for herself. People who look to her and say, if she can do it, I can. Again, she has served as an inspiration to a lot of people. And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions. Of course, this is not to forget that her sound, the way she plays different musical instruments, it's so enchanting, it's so mesmerizing that she has provided pleasure to a lot of people, in fact to millions of people, the way she plays different percussions. So with this comes the end of the story. I hope it's clear. Talking about the message, Evelyn Gleanie's bio sketch gives us the message that handicaps may be countered, you can overcome them, problems may be overcome. Of course, you can deal with problems if you stay strong at the face of any challenge, and aspirations can be realized. And if you have dreams, you can definitely fulfill them. If one is firmly resolute, if we are determined to work in that direction and we are confident enough, we have got confidence and faith in ourselves that we can do it, then we can definitely overcome any hurdle. Those who do learn to overcome hardships certainly achieve the highest goals. And we people must not give up at the face of any challenge, and we must adopt in a sense that we must definitely polish our skills and we must not give up. Okay, so people who learn how to overcome hardships, how not to give up at the face of different hardships, will definitely achieve something really great in their life and will definitely be successful. Evelyn Gleanie overcame the challenge of her impaired hearing through her firm determination in herself and great confidence in her will. Despite being absolutely deaf, she did not give up. She had confidence in herself. She has got that strong willpower. She was determined to somehow create a success story for herself. She was determined to create a career for herself in music. She was determined to make music her life, and because of these things, because of her hard work, determination, strong willpower, she could create a success story. She could become such a successful name. Now let's do some questions based on the story we have just studied. The questions are already mentioned on the board. How old was Evelyn when she went to the Royal Academy of Music? So when she was 17 years of age, it's mentioned in the first paragraph itself that when she was 17 years of age, that time she went to the Royal Academy of Music. I hope this is clear. This was a very easy question. The next one, when was her deafness first noticed? When was it confirmed? So her deafness was first noticed when she was 8 years old and she was waiting for her turn to play piano, and when her name was called, she didn't respond. So that was the time that her deafness was first noticed. And coming on to when it was confirmed when she was 11 years of age and her marks were gradually deteriorating, and when she visited a specialist, it was revealed that due to nerve damage she has lost her hearing. Okay, the next one is, who helped her to continue with music? What did he do and say? Okay, so who helped her? Ron Forbes, a multi-percussionist, helped her to continue with music. In fact, he was the person who identified the potential of Evelyn Gleanie. Okay, and what did he do and say? Okay, so what he does, he tuned two large drums to different notes and asked Evelyn to try to feel the notes and vibration of the different drums, and that's how he made her realize that she could sense the different vibrations of the music. The next and the last question is, name the various places and causes for which Evelyn performs. Okay, so apart from her regular musical concerts internationally, she would perform free of cost at prisons and hospitals. Why for? Because she would want to spread the message of love and peace to different patients and to the prisoners. So I hope these questions are clear, and with this comes an end to the class. So I hope you have understood the story of Evelyn Gleanie's success and how she rose to fame, how she overcame her disability. Now do go through the text one more time to get a better understanding of it. Also, do attempt the questions that are given in your textbook by writing them down in your notebook. In the next class, we'll be doing Sound of Music Part 2. Till then, stay safe and enjoy your learning. Since